All right, folks, just bear with me. I'm going to be done soon. I'm just setting everything up. I wanted to put some music on. I used to have a. Here it is. Is it like an hour long? Here it is. Yes. Yeah, there we go. Little something until we get started. Although, to be honest, we kind of don't need it. All right, I'm gonna leave it down like that. How's that? That's shouldn't be too bad. Trying to keep it as low as possible. There we go. That's not too bad. That's not too bad. Okay. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Movie Squib channel. I am your host, Charlie. I have been away for quite a while, and the reality is that I've just been playing Starfield. I'm addicted to Starfield, and it's just been a lot of fun. Wait a minute, what's going on here? I should have my browser up and running. Okay, wait. Oh, this is kind of in the way. Let me see if I can. I wanted to make this logo transparent so that it goes through the movie, but it looks like it's covering up a lot more than what I expected. Bear with me one moment. Let me go to my filters. Let's go to. Let's see if that will work. Oh yeah, well, it's still kind of, that's so weird. It like blocks the movie. I wonder if it's just blocking it in general. All right, hold on a second. What if we get rid of the logo and oh, wait a minute. It's like blocking the movie entirely. Sneaky, sneaky, huh? I wonder if this is like YouTube's content nonsense to stop it from showing. Interesting. Interesting indeed. What if we do a picture-in-picture? There we go. Aha! Let's see. Wait. Oh, okay. Oh, I see. I see. We made this
Do you
bigger.
want to hear a story?
There we go.
It's a disturbing one.
All right, so
and it took place
now
right
what we're gonna do is we're gonna go
idyllic
here,
town
we're gonna
of
go here,
Birmingham.
picture-in-picture.
35 years ago,
No, it doesn't
3 girls
show
were
it.
found brutally murdered.
Holy shit, that's crazy.
On October 27th, 1987.
That's really interesting.
Tiffany
It
Clark
will not
was found
show
butchered
the.
in her family garage, stabbed 16
It will not show it.
times on the night
It
of her
refuses
sweet 16th
to.
birthday. At a cabin in the woods.
Yeah, it just won't show the
16-year-old
movie.
Marissa saw
That's
2
insane.
days later.
So if I
Also-
wanted to watch this movie, I just couldn't watch the movie with anyone. That's so stupid. Is there a way around this? Probably not. That is annoying. I wanted to watch this movie with everyone, and I wanted to go through with it. But I think what I'll do is, let me see if I can go to specific photos. Let's see here. Fuck is Force SDR? I have no idea. Let's see. It's not going to play the movie. Like right now, it's showing a blank screen on your end, but on my end, I'm seeing the actual movie. It's insane. It's insane that it just blocks it like that. I would have preferred to show you the movie because I wanted to show actual screenshots. I guess I can show it like this, where I can just show yeah. Okay. I guess that's how we'll have to do. I'll just have to show you the screenshots with the cursor, which is insane. It's insane that I have to do that. Okay, we can do that though. We can. You wanna fuck with me? I'll get around you. I'll get around you, YouTube. I will. I will nail your ass to the wall. Okay. Let's do this. First things first. Setting on my chat. If it sets up, it doesn't look like it's setting up. Okay. Then everything around me is turning to crap. Oh man, that really sucks about the okay, it sucks about it, but at the same time we can fix this. We can work with this. Give me a moment to let's see what we got here. Aha, a little bit better there. It's nothing great, but yeah, it's better than seeing nothing. Now, what about my logo? I guess I could put my logo and you can still see everything. Perfect. It's not the greatest, but you know, we'll work with it. We'll work with it for now. And yeah, let's do that. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of that picture-in-picture nonsense. Oh, I did get rid of it already. Okay, so I guess we should start first things first about the movie itself. So let me go ahead and now fix this because now I've made this way too big. Lovely. I love doing this in front of you guys. It just shows you how professional I am, and it just makes you want to keep watching and subscribe and like and all that stuff. But okay, so this is the 2023 film Totally Killer. Now, let me explain the story of how I stumbled onto this film. So I happened to just go on Amazon Prime. It was the weekend, and I was thinking to myself, I'm like, what do I want to watch? And I think there were some older horror movies that I was ready to watch. I think Basket Case, either Basket Case or From Beyond was on Amazon Prime Video. And I was thinking to myself, I'm like, oh, okay, maybe I'll watch that. Or there was something else on Amazon Prime Video that it just led me there. But then I saw this movie Totally Killer, and I read the synopsis that it gives you on Amazon Prime. Now, full disclosure, and let me just say, there's from now on there's going to be spoilers because there's just no way around it. So spoilers ahead. I didn't know that this movie involved time travel. Like, none of that was aware to me when I saw this film. I just thought it was going to be a Scream-style slasher film. And, I saw Kiernan Shipka. She's the girl in, what do you call it? Sabrina the Teenage Witch? Or is it called Sabrina the Teenage Witch? Hold on. Let's click on her. It's called The Chilling Adventures of Sabrina. I actually watched a few episodes of the first season, but it's not for me. I tried to get into it, but it's more a young adult type of show, and I just lost interest. I watched, I think, about 4 or 5 episodes, and I just said, I'm done. But she's a good actress. She's actually not that bad. Anyway, going back to Totally Killer, it also stars Olivia Holt, which I'm in my mid-40s, so you'll have to excuse me as I don't know who that is. I have no idea. Wait a minute. Why is my Stream Elements? Why is my chat not? Oh, I can't really. It's very annoying. I don't understand why my live chat is so quiet. I'm curious to see if it works. Hold on a second. Okay. I'm so sorry about this. It is so sad and unprofessional, but I am starting this new because I suck at making videos, and I am really, really falling behind on making videos for movies that I've watched. I'm being lazy. I'm honestly being lazy. And to be fair, I've had a ridiculous amount of housework to do lately. Like it's just nonstop, man. Like owning a home is fantastic, but it is a constant upkeep. Anyway, I'm digressing. I'm going to send myself a little chat thing here because I just want to make sure. Oh, there it is. It is working. Okay. I was nervous a bit. I was like, there we go. All right. Just making sure. It's so sad, isn't it? It's so pathetic that I'm messaging myself in the chat, but you know what? I don't really give a shit. Let's move on. Let's go to Olivia Holt. So Olivia Holt, I'm not sure who she is. I'm in my mid-40s, so you got to excuse me on that. Let's take a look who she is. Let's see what she's done. So she's done Kicking It, never seen it. Cruel Summer I've heard of, but I have not seen it. Same thing with Marvel's Cloak and Dagger. I haven't seen it. Status Update. None of this. I've never seen any of this stuff. Anything else? That looks to be about it. Yeah, I've never seen any of her movies, so don't know who she is. Julie Bowen, she's from Modern Family, and she's been in a couple of other movies, but mainly you'll see her from Modern Family. And then everybody else is a nobody. Well, I mean, let me give a special mention to Lachlan Murno. Now, let me take you back in time to the movie Dead Man on Campus. So let's take a quick peek here. Dead Man on Campus came out. When was it? What we had here? Let's take a look at his filmography. He's had a ton of films, so there's going to be a lot here. Let's see what we got here. Dead Man on Campus, 1998. So let me take you back to 1998. Me and my friend Anthony, we went to go see this movie, Dead Man on Campus. We saw it in the theaters. To be honest, we weren't like stoner kids or anything of that type. We just, we drank and stuff like that, but we never did like any type of drugs. But we went and saw this movie and we had a fun time with it. It's not great. It's not amazing, but Mark Paul Gosselaar, he's from Saved by the Bell. He's Zachary Morris from Saved by the Bell. Tom Everett Scott has been in a couple of other movies. I just can't think of anything right off the top of my head. But anyway, so Lachlan Murno, that's where I first saw him, was in this film. But you'll probably recognize him from the movie Scary Movie because he was in that. He's the guy with the baby dick. And he's funny. He's funny as hell. And, he's in this film in Totally Killer. He's not the lead character, but I don't know, the bits that he's in, I enjoyed him. I enjoyed him in the bits. Yeah, that's it. That's the only ones I want to. I mean, Randall Park is in this, and you all know Randall Park. He's been in a ton of stuff. Always Be My Maybe, Fresh Off the Boat, The Interview, all that nonsense. But he's a side character. He's not in the film the entire time, so you're going to see him here and there. He makes a couple of jokes. This film is kind of interesting in the sense that it's my friend said, I talked to my friend, I made him watch it, and he said it was kind of like an ABC made for TV film, but I don't want to degrade it as being like that. I'd say it does feel like a streaming film. Like, it doesn't feel like a big budget, but to me it harkens back to the days of medium budget movies. Like, I'm talking, the days of the late 90s, early 2000s, where, movies were made with a budget of like maybe 20 to 40 million. And, it's not something huge, but, the movie doesn't look like shit. It's done on film. It looks professional. Like, if the crew is really competent, like the movie can come out really great. Unfortunately, I'm drawing complete blanks on movies in that mid-tier range, and I'm sure like later on I'll think of them. But my point is that Totally Killer to me feels like that. It feels like a medium budget movie. It doesn't feel like a low budget movie. It doesn't feel like a grand scale movie. It doesn't even feel like a streaming film. It just feels like a medium sized budget, like the ones we used to get like in the early and late 90s. So I should probably say right off the bat, before we kind of go over the bits of the film, that I really enjoyed this film. I thought it was refreshing. If you've seen the title of my live stream, then, you know, I've already told you what it is. It's Scream meets Back to the Future. And of course, I don't mean that in every sense of the way where like every part of Back to the Future and every part of Scream is in this, but it's a horror slash, or it's a slasher with time travel in it, and it's really well done. Before I get into the movie, I'll just say this. For most of the characters, they're in their teens. Most of this movie takes place in high school. And you know what? Most of the kids were not annoying. There's maybe one or two of the actors that just are, you know, kind of annoying, or maybe their characters themselves are annoying. But as far as the main actors, the main characters themselves, none of them are annoying where I just wanted to skip ahead in the film, or I wanted to look at my phone or anything like that. So yeah, it's so far well done. I would say that maybe the stuff that takes place in current day, while the main characters in the past maybe is a little bit boring, but it has significance. And that is the final thing that I'm going to say before I move on to the actual film, is that this film has a lot of setup and payoff. Like it is really well done. Like everything that they show in the movie makes sense and matters later on in the film. And you know, unfortunately, I can't show you everything because I can see now that they're going to try and block me from showing you this film, but I'll show you what I can. But yeah, let's get into it. Let's see if we can sneak into this movie. And what I'll do is I am going to put this. So here we go. So the movie starts off in Vernon. It's a town called Vernon, and basically it's a small town. There was a couple of murders in the late 80s. There was 3 murders, 3 girls, teenage girls. They were all stabbed 16 times, and that was called the Sweet 16 murders. So in the beginning of this film, they show dioramas of like the murder scenes, and you know, like I said, man, unfortunately I can't show you much. Like you can see 1 or 2. These are dioramas with little dolls, and like, you know, the snow there is cotton, and it's really well done. It shows you how the girls were murdered. Really fun sequence. You don't get much of these lately. This is the look of the main character, or not the main character, the main villain. The mask reminds me of, what was the name of that guy from Cartoon Network? Johnny, shoot. I gotta look it up. We gotta take a quick peek here. What is it? It was a Cartoon Network, and it was Johnny Bravo. There you go. It was Johnny Bravo. That's our man right there. Oh, you can see the... Oh, that's funny. You can see the screen. That means you're seeing the other screen through mine. All right. Anyway, so Johnny Bravo, that's who I was thinking of. Anyway, let's move on. Let's go to... So, yeah, we've got Johnny Bravo. That's our mask. It's kind of goofy. It's I wouldn't say it's off-putting. I would say it's just it's not memorable or anything to that effect. It's just I don't know. It's not the main part of the movie that I care about, but it's not bad either. It's a new mask. It's something different. So, you know, for me, I like that. I like that it's something different. It's not a spooky mask per se. It's just some fucking greaser, but hey, I enjoy it. So this guy right here, this guy is a podcaster. He's been like doing a podcast about the Sweet 16 killer because they never caught the killer. And so that's how he makes his living. Now, a couple of things to note. Number one, his father is a really popular newscaster. He's like a weatherman, and he's won a bunch of awards. And this is his son, and his son is jealous of him. His son is you know, wants to win awards as well. So remember that for later. Anyway, he does like this podcast thing where he has people in the mass like follow him around while he goes through the different places where the murders took place. I'm sorry, I'm trying to like. You know what it is? My mouse is slow. Anyway, so yeah, this doofus is a big part of the story, but not until later on. Now you've got Kiernan Shipka. She's just your regular teenage girl. You know, she wants to go out to her party. Her mom is like, I don't really want you to go because, you know, it's really dangerous out there. And her mom experienced the Sweet 16 killer firsthand. Now, there is more to it with her mom. Her mom has gotten a hold of some new information, and which is why she's really hesitant to let her daughter out. But after some negotiating, you know, she fights with her mom, and her mom lets her go out. Now you've got two guys here. You have two people here. You've got your mom played by Julie Bowen, and you've got the dad played by what's his face, Dead Man on Campus guy, and I'm gonna call him Baby Dick actually. So you've got the mom played by Modern Family, and you've got the dad played by Baby Dick. And I love the dad. He's got total dad humor in this film. Like I really enjoyed that. So anyway, you know. I'm going to call Kiernan by her screen name, which is Jamie. So Jamie, she wants to go to this party, and she convinces her parents to go. Now you're thinking to yourself, you're like, oh, does that mean that she's going to get killed or something to that effect? But that's actually where this film takes a twist. So she goes out, she goes to the party. You know, the dad's waiting for her there at the party and blah, blah, blah. You get to meet one of the girl's moms. So right here, that's Jamie's friend's mom. And she's going to come into play in a very pivotal role later on. But for now, she's just the mom. She's just kind of like, she doesn't really care. This is her friend. This is Jamie's friend. She's the one that creates the time machine. I know. I hate to give away the lead so early, but I have to spoil the movie because there's so much that goes on. So anyway, so these two go to a party. You think that it's going to be something crazy, but it's not. It's just your typical party. But here's where the craziness comes in. So the mom is home alone because the dad is waiting for the daughter, and this guy comes up in the mask. Now, I should tell you beforehand that this mask is not anything forbidden in the town. Like, a lot of people wear it every year. So it's kind of like the Halloween mask, except if everybody just wore it, and it's a worn out thing, but people have gotten used to it. So anyway, Jamie's mom answers the door. This guy's menacing, and then he breaks in. And now, here's the thing. Jamie's mom has been preparing for this. So this isn't your typical slasher where the mom is completely helpless and she's fucking useless. No. Jamie's mom knows self-defense. She defends herself. She fights back. But unfortunately, the guy overpowers her, and she gets in some good fights, some good hits in. I think she stabs him, but unfortunately, he gets the better of her and he ends up stabbing her, and he ends up stabbing her 16 times. So of course this brings back the Sweet 16 killer. Now, as you can see, it's some of the screenshots. Like she was knocked down and she was beat up, but she gets up and she really tries to fight this guy. But unfortunately, in the end, she doesn't make it. Like a couple of kids come in to trick or treat and they see her dead, and then the cops are called. Blah 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 blah. Now the main suspect, of course, is the dad, because the daughter wasn't keeping track of the dad, so nobody saw him outside waiting for the daughter. Also, the cops end up saying that they ended up finding a lot of text messages between Jamie's mom and this guy, the podcaster guy. So initially, they think that those two are having an affair. Now, that fuels even more the fact that the husband is a prime suspect, because if indeed they're having an affair, then of course the husband is going to look like the jealous husband who killed her. Now, Jamie is grieving. She's grieving for her mom. And, again, like the cops tell her that they think that she was having an affair, which is ridiculous. And she denies it, of course, and she fights back against him. There's these really awkward scenes in the classroom. Like, let me see if I can. So these guys will play a pivotal role. There's the principal, there's like a security guard, there's a gym teacher. All of these people, they play a pivotal role later on in the film, because the film, of course, does time travel and these guys are teens. So, it's funny because these guys, you've got the guy on the left. He's the really straight arrow principal. I hope he's the principal, because I keep saying he's the principal, and I hope I'm not wrong on that. Maybe I could be wrong, and maybe he's a detective for the police department, but we'll see. Anyway, so these guys are in the film later on, but the guy on the left, he's so straight arrow and stuff like that, but earlier on he's like a complete nasty asshole. Or is it the gym teacher? I can't remember. I'm drawing a complete blank. I should just watch the film and see. You know what? Let's click on it.
Your family during this tragic time. But we're not just dealing with grief, are we? We're also
So there's also a scene here where she's looking at some stuff. Like her mom gave her this crystal here, and this crystal is it's just a good luck charm. But again, all of it plays a role later on in the film. Earlier her mom gives her this really loud rape alarm and this crystal, and you'll see pivotal role later on. Anyway, the name of their high school is Vernon Devils.
Can we speak with you for a second?
So let's see who this is. I think this is the principal.
That question sounded rhetorical. What's up?
I know it's hard to lose someone that you love. Your mom was always such a wonderful lady. She was always so nice to me.
Can you stop saying was?
Okay, so this is the killer. This is the killer right here.
Listen,
he's the killer. And again, you heard him say her mom is always nice to him.
My dad didn't kill my mom.
What do you know about your mom's relationship with Chris Dubsage?
Lim, remember Lim? She's like a security guard, but things are gonna happen. Watch and see. Oh, she's a sheriff actually. I think she's a sheriff's deputy.
Jealous type?
You've always hated my dad. But maybe it's time to let go of whatever old high school bullshit you've been hanging on to and do what your broke-ass rent-a-cop dad failed to do 35 years ago and catch the fucking killer.
Yeah, see? Kim, she looks so angry and sad. Anyway, so like I said, you've got them, just kind of trying to blame the dad basically. This is one of the murder areas, the Beaver place. See that guy right there? That guy is nobody. Okay, so they're at a science fair at this rundown park. So they're using this place as a science fair for the high school, and this is where we get our first glimpse of the time machine, which is insane, because when I first saw this film, I was like, wait, what? I'm like, there's a time machine in this movie? What? No way. I'm like, no fucking way is there a time machine in this film. But yeah, there's a time machine in this movie.
A photo booth?
It's more than just a photo booth, Derek.
What is it then?
Something that's gonna change the world as we know it. But good luck with your compost. Box of shit vegetables.
But are you gonna tell people you're building a time machine?
And they actually make a time machine that works.
Well, see, that's smart. I would not tell someone making a time machine unless it actually works.
Think you can do it? I think I'm close.
You at least told your mom you're using
Oh man.
No. Just tell me not to bother. You know, I think she almost had it. But she just gave up.
So as you can hear,
I'm gonna show her
her mom is the one that made the specs for this time machine, and her mom almost succeeded according to her daughter. It is ridiculous. Like you have to let go of reality, and because look, I mean, no kid can build a time machine, but then again, I mean, who's to say? Who's to say that a kid can't build a time machine? I mean, she did get her the blueprints from her mom, which is an engineer. So I don't know. You gotta drop a little bit of reality on this.
Killing in the first place.
My mom would still be alive.
So here she's explaining to Jamie that she set the time of the time machine to like right before the first murder in 1987. That way, if they stop the murders entirely, then her mom wouldn't be murdered in the future. I can't believe they're even planning for this shit. Like right off the bat, it's just so odd because it's not something that like you would take seriously. Like if my friend said that they were making a time machine, I would be like, what? I'd be like, all right.
In an emergency episode of the Sweet 16 Killer podcast.
Anyway,
the killer,
Jamie is back at her house. You know, she's reading about the
Heather Hernandez.
she's like watching the podcasts about the killers, about the murders and stuff like that. And as you can see, like this asshole, like she just like Jamie's mom just died, and he's already like podcasting about it. I guess that's just the way it is, man. It's the same shit like the news. Like if the news media isn't gonna take advantage of it, then a podcaster will. So what can you do?
Oh, sorry.
So her dad comes in. Now, what I like about this scene is that her dad, you know, she confronts her dad right away, and she says like, you know, listen in.
Was Mom friends with Chris Dubasage? Sheriff Lim said they texted.
She wasn't friends with Douche Basage. The guy's a vulture. He turned tragic murders into entertainment.
You hear that, right?
Because she wanted to help find the killer. The cops gave up a long time ago. Chris was the only one still investigating.
So you knew him in high school?
I mean, we all knew each other. He had a crush on your mom. Her and I were still friends then. We didn't get together until much later when we got home from college. But I mean,
listen to this part here about going to college.
Because it would have never lasted. I remember when we found out we were pregnant with you. We were down at the boardwalk and we went on the Quantum.
This is a
drive.
sweet scene. I really enjoyed this scene.
We were both throwing up so much.
Sorry.
And your mom kept throwing up, and so she took a pregnancy test, and that was it. We got you. Now do me a favor. Stop listening to Chris Dubasage.
Jamie.
So she goes straight to Chris Dubasage. Like her dad says, stop listening to him, and she immediately confronts him. But let me just say something. Like, again, this is refreshing to me because you have someone who's just going right out for it. like going,
not.
you know, looking
We were
for her
just
mom's
friends.
killer. It's
She
it's
wanted to help
really
find the
it's
killer.
I like I said I
she
think
keep that a
I think
secret?
I enjoyed this. I enjoyed
don't
that the character is headstrong
your
and
dad
just goes
isn't
right
exactly
for it,
my
looking for
biggest
her
fan.
mom's killer.
He likes your dad, though. Says he's gonna win another Pulitzer.
My podcast has won 5 Podsy Awards.
Did you hear that?
It's not the same thing.
No.
His dad's about
your
to
mom
win
ever
another
say anything to you
Pulitzer,
about
and
her
he's
film?
talking about
Why not?
winning a
She got it back
Podsy
in
Award.
1987.
Take that
The
to
last
note.
murder,
Remember
she
that.
found it shoved into her locker.
Now, you see this note here. Remember this note? Again, this is really important. All of this... Oh, shoot. I'm talking about the note, and you guys can't see it. So
was afraid to.
here is the note right here. Oh, let's see if I can
Make it
see
real.
it. Let's see if I can show you guys the note.
She told
It's
you?
hard to...
She told me.
It's
because
hard
it was
to...
Who would want to torture her?
to
like
get
that?
right on the note
Let her live her
because
entire life,
you know, I'm
fear,
trying to
wondering if one day was that day.
come
Jamie,
on, baby,
wait.
come on. No, it's not gonna show me the note, but anyway, it's a note that he gives her that says "You're next," basically. Now, Jamie is back at the science fair. She's about to start talking to her friend. Oh, she maces.
It's me! It's me! Oh my god. Did you just pepper spray the witch?
A little bit.
She pepper sprayed a
I need
witch.
to talk to you. I need your help to catch the Sweet 16 killer. He tortured my mom her whole life, and I can't let him keep getting away with it.
Oh, Sweet 16 killer!
Help! Help! Somebody help! Help!
She's running. There's the Sweet 16 killer. Now he's super serial, man. He's chasing after her. So, she's hiding in the booth. Now, I'm gonna go ahead and skip ahead a little bit because if not, we're gonna be here all night. So, as you can hear, she initiates the time machine. Of course, the time machine doesn't work, but what happens is the killer ends up getting in there, and he ends up stabbing the time machine, and it pulls her in time. Now, she's out, like... I better skip ahead of this because I'm sure that I'm going to get copyrighted for this, so let's just move on ahead. But,
Can't use that. Sorry.
she's basically in the fair. The fair
By the
is
way, your shirt
active.
is super problematic. Hey, I like your shirt.
By the way, oh God, man, I wish I could capture the screenshots much better. Oh, look, this guy's wearing a shirt that says Federal Booby Inspector. Like, again, she's in the late '80s. She just traveled back in time to the late '80s.
Sorry.
So she
Excuse me. What year is it?
here we go.
1987.
Oh my god.
I know. The 80s are almost over and I haven't even tried Coke yet. I don't know.
That's amazing.
Remember Pam Hughes?
By the way,
Miller,
she
Miller,
just
sorry.
said that,
Pam
and her
Miller, she's,
kids are right there.
She's my friend.
Let's see if I
She's
can.
probably at school.
So, she's talking
Where
to
you
this
should be.
woman here,
I'll
and
give you a
she's.
ride.
No. I can't get in a car with you. You're a total stranger. Just be a serial killer.
Oh, sweetheart. Would a serial killer wear Gloria Vanderbilt?
I love it. I love it. By the way, she's in her car, and the car is completely filled with smoke. And
Love the jacket.
Thank you.
and by the way, her 2 kids are in the car, so it's just gonna offer you some. Fuck you, bitch. Don't be a bitch.
There's the
No,
racism.
the movie's not frozen.
was
I
coming.
can't show the movie.
God.
The movie is like you can't like they like
Hi.
Amazon perfectly blocks
I'm
it where you
Jamie.
cannot see the movie. It just blocks it. So I have to show screenshots. So I'm just
I'm an
talking about the
exchange
movie and
student
showing screenshots, you dickhead.
Prince Edward.
Anyway,
Canada. And my old school said they would send over the papers
So,
to
Jamie's
enroll me
now
right
at the school. She's informing
Oh, I
about like the kids.
Where's your schedule?
Okay, you don't need to verify anything.
What is this, Fort Knox? You're late for gym.
Can I get a different schedule? I'm not really a big.
So one of the things I end up liking about this movie is that, of course, you know, she's from 2023, and everybody is like, basically just, just treating her the way you would treat a girl in the 1980s, which is you basically ignored them unless they had huge tits. She's in gym class now, and you know, she doesn't want to be in here, and this is one of the best scenes. Like, this is her being introduced. Well, she's being introduced to her mom and her friends. They're like the cool clique, but also like she's being introduced to dodgeball, which I can't imagine what it's like to be a kid.
Get on the court.
Or be a teenager, or be one of these. I call them the TikTok Nation, but I can't imagine what it's like to be part of the TikTok Nation and never have been in a dodgeball game and then just immediately get thrown in head first.
Right in here.
Unfortunately, I can't show you guys all the hits for dodgeball, but it's exactly what you would expect. By the way, I remember when I was in middle school, we played dodgeball with a fucking basketball. So like we were like just testosterone-filled kids throwing a basketball at each other at the hardest speed imaginable. I love it. She doesn't even know what the fuck is going on. This woman looks familiar, the dim teacher. She kind of looks like Michael's ex-girlfriend.
Where is she?
Don't be an ass. Anyway, let's skip forward.
You're out, bitch.
By the way, that was the mom that just told her she's out.
Worried about loud music hurting your eardrums. Nice.
That beautiful coiffed hair, man.
Get off the court, loser.
Those balls, there's no, like, she ends up with a broken nose, but there's no way that you can get a broken nose with those flimsy ass balls. It wasn't even a proper dodgeball. All right, let's move forward. So we've got a couple of things to go through here. So
You're the sheriff's dad.
Kara's nickname is the sheriff?
So we've got Randall Park here.
I am giving you
He
the
ends
chance
up
to stop all this horror before it
basically not
happens.
believing her, and I mean, who could blame him? I mean, she.
Who is this?
It's the killer.
Who has he killed?
He hasn't killed anyone
I mean,
yet.
listen, she's trying to explain a future murder to them, and they're just like, "Shut up."
Okay, I don't know what you troublemakers get up to in Canada, but down here, we don't tolerate shenanigans. So
By
get
the way,
hell
she
back to
says that
school
she's from
or I'll arrest you
Canada,
for truant.
and like she makes this elaborate story about Canada, and nobody gives a shit. Like, again, you know, like in 2023, like people were sketchy or skeptical of everyone else, where in the 80s, like you
Daytime
told somebody you were
travel
in Canada, like, oh,
Never
cool.
make any sense.
Anyway, let's move forward. We're gonna move forward
Hi.
to her meeting her friend's mom. So basically what happens is, like, she meets her friend's mom and she tells her, like, hey, like,
Except for me.
I
From the future.
there,
Oh,
listen.
here.
She says she's from the future. She explains it to her. She shows her cell phone. She doesn't even open up the cell phone or anything.
It's my phone. Do you want to see the time machine?
Anyway,
understand if the killer's
so
targeting
fast forwarding
the
through the
moms,
movie,
why wait
you know,
35
like
years to
this
kill
thing
the mom?
moves on right
Who are
away.
the
So
mollies?
she ends up telling
Marissa,
her
Heather,
friend's
Pam.
mom about the
They got
time
themselves mollies
machine, and
after Molly
like
Ringwald.
her
They're
friend's
obsessed
mom
with her,
just
even dress like her.
immediately believes her,
No
which
idea, the
kind
four
of
of them were
feels a
so
little bit
close.
off. You'd think
I just
like
thought they
she
knew
would
each
be
other
all
because
like, wait, I don't
Vernon
believe
and
this shit,
everybody knows
but
each other.
she does mention that like she's never mentioned to anyone about the time machine or the notebook where she has the notes about the time machine. So I guess she just believes her right away. She shows her the time machine, and it has like the knife, you know, built into the dashboard. And she basically tells her, like, look, I need you to fix this thing.
That's what I said.
Anyway, I'm gonna skip forward a little bit more.
You don't have any.
I am gonna move forward now to
Kids out of here and secure the location.
I guess.
Kara, where's Jamie? Have you found her yet?
Okay.
No, not yet.
So moving forward, we're fast forwarding to current day, and basically the dad is looking for Jamie.
No, your dad is.
You know, Jamie's friend tells the cops like that she got in a time machine and disappeared.
Jamie is.
Here it is. Listen.
She used my time machine. I made a time machine for the science fair.
God, she's as weird as her mom.
Jamie's in 1987. I don't know where my time machine is, so it must have worked. I just trying to
Like
figure
science fiction? Go write a book. But here in the real world.
So as you can hear, like
I
she
am
ends
gonna
up telling
solve
her,
this
she's like, you know, you're just making bullshit up about the time machine. The dad also doesn't
several
believe her,
follow-up
but podcast guy
question.
believes her. Again,
Do I really have to
this
come in with
comes
you?
into play
Yes.
later on.
There's a
Now,
murderer
let's
at this
fast
party.
forward.
No
Let's
way
move
I'm going
on
alone.
to high school party. This
Don't
is
even
the
borrow some
first
clothes.
place
Yeah.
where the first kill takes place. Now, you've got a couple of key players here. You've got
You guys have not a murder yet?
you've got this guy here, the guy who gets pushed away by the jock, and so let's just go right down to the spoilers. This guy is the original
Can't let you
killer.
in.
He's the
There's a
original
dress
Sweet
code.
16 killer.
No, there isn't. Yeah, there is. No nerd jewelry.
It's a replica of the first microchip, commemorating the dawn of personal.
Yo, shut up, dork.
So this jock is bullying this the kid on the
shit, yo,
left.
Kara, check this out. Dork Summers has a geek friend.
There's Lynn. So Lynn, the guy in the middle, he's the basketball, or he's the coach.
Nice try.
And then the
Unwanted touch.
guy on the
Oh my God,
left, he's the
unwanted
principal.
touch.
So the
Unwanted
principal
human.
is
Yo,
the
there's
murderer,
Dungeons and Dragons down the
the
street.
original
Have fun.
murderer, and you'll see what I say later on. Anyway, she tries to go into this party. You know, she does sneak in later on. I'm gonna skip ahead a little bit.
Round two.
Yeah, skip this. I gotta skip this, unfortunately, because the music
who's
is
your
probably
dad?
going to get me fucking
Pam is your mom?
copyrighted. But I have to stop at the scene right here. This is where
Blake is with Tiffany. They've been dating.
where
ever
she
since
sees her
2020.
dad. She's
Although I'm pretty
Jamie
sure
sees
they
her
cheat on
dad
each
come
other
out
a
of the pool,
lot,
and
but
she's
her
like, "Yo, that
looks
guy's
very
hot,"
horny.
and then finds out that it's her dad. She's grossed out.
Yep.
Then she realizes that
The
like her
moms.
dad was
All
with
four
a
of them,
totally
just like a
different
different version of
girl.
Molly Ringwald.
I think she was with Lynn. I can't remember who she's with. I've
Alright.
totally already forgot.
Here to stop
Oh,
a murder?
she's with the girl that
Stop a murder.
that dies. The first one that dies. All right, I'm gonna move forward to the first murder.
And you get bent.
All right.
There's a lot of mean girl shit going on. There's the jock who does this amazing burp in front of Jamie. It's fantastic.
Singer of Killer Instinct?
Okay,
My mom.
moving forward. So this is a musician. This is a guy who later on in life, in current day, he's like a, I guess, a goth rocker. But he's about to make love to this girl because of Jamie. Everything changes around, so
Yeah.
he's about to make
Where's the
out with her,
garage?
and then she mentions that she doesn't give blowjobs, so he just bounces, and then that's when the first murder takes place.
If you wanna have sex with me, then yeah.
Let's see
you
if
will.
I can. Okay, so we've got a screenshot here. So this is where Tiffany gets murdered, and yeah, it's pretty brutal. Actually, I enjoyed this part. There's no CGI blood, which is really good. And yeah, that's it. So she didn't prevent she didn't prevent the murders at all, but she changed the murder around. So Tiffany wasn't the first murderer to die, or the first victim to die, and because of Jamie's interference, she is now the first person, which changes a couple of things around. So one of the things that changes around in current day is that the singer kid, instead of being a goth rock band, he's actually like an emo guy now. And I think that's
Wherever
it.
there's
I think
trouble,
that's it
there's
as far
food is.
as changing.
New Canadian friend.
You gotta stop this.
The cops think that
tried to warn
Jamie
you.
may
Where
have
were you
done
when
it,
it
but they're
think I
just
was
they kind of don't
suspect?
even
There's never
care.
been a murder until you showed
And
up.
Yeah, they just don't really follow up. They don't fucking do anything about it.
She's telling the truth, Sheriff. She was just protecting Tiffany.
By the way, that was her mom who said that. Now,
This is an active crime scene. Nobody move.
her mom, which is on the right, is she's kind of a bitch, and she does treat her like shit throughout most of the movie. But you know, like she's not a bad person per se. She ends up, I guess, not being a hero, but just not being the shitty person that we all think she is. Let's move forward. Let's move forward to... All right, so we've got this part here. They're watching, like, these amazing movies. Like, they have a list of some of the best movies that I've ever seen. Her mom admits to watching these movies, and basically Jamie tells her mom that she's a psychic because explaining to her that she came from a time machine is just... I guess it's just too much work, and she felt like maybe she wasn't going to believe the shit. So... she just says like, yeah, like, I'm a psychic. Yeah, they're watching RoboCop, by the way, which is awesome.
Kill us all. They more just rip apart the fabric of our society via dance videos on TikTok.
Ugh, TikTok Nation. I'm glad she mentioned it, but, you know, she is part of the TikTok Nation.
Tell anyone and I'll kill you. Okay,
anyway.
Let's focus.
So she explains the whole plan that she... So she's psychic, and she knows that the murders are going to take place. So she tells her, like, look, we gotta, like,
Alvin,
we gotta try and prevent the deaths of these people. But
and Wendy.
her mom is kind of like on the fence, like she's willing to listen, but she doesn't help out much.
It's Lucky, I guess.
Now, here they're mentioning this girl, Fat Trish. Now, Fat Trish is a girl that died about a year ago.
Hi, girls. Just checking on you, seeing if you need anything.
God, Mom, we're fine.
Here's another callback. In the beginning, Jamie is mentioning why she doesn't make, why her grandmother and her mom don't talk, and you see why. Her mom is kind of a bitch to her grandmother.
You shouldn't talk to your mom that way. You never know when she just cares about you.
Oh, so what, like, you have a great relationship with your mom?
No. But I wish I did. And I wish I told her that I loved her more. I just didn't understand what she...
Hey, I'm saying this as a friend, but nobody wants to hear you talk about how much you love your mom, okay? Sorry. What about Randy?
It's just brutal as fuck. It is so brutal.
Randy loved Tiffany.
Let's move forward. So,
He asked her to the spring fling last year.
Time Machine. Time Machine is being worked on. Podcast Guy is helping Jamie's friend in present day. She's almost got the time machine working, but she's not there yet. Blah blah blah. Let's move forward. So one of the girls is about to have a party. I can't remember which one.
I'm sure that they'll mention something in the yearbook. They did last year when Fat Trish died. And I like your jacket.
Who's Fat Trish?
Oh,
Also,
look, they're gonna mention Fat Trish. I just clicked on it
her that.
perfectly.
Yeah, not anymore. She's dead.
How'd she die?
Car accident. Said her alcohol level was like really high and that the car wrapped her on the tree.
Yeah, that's why chicks shouldn't drive.
No, Randy. It's why people shouldn't drive drunk.
I'm a better driver when I'm drunk.
No, you're not. I can 100% guarantee you, you are not.
It's exactly what a chick would say.
Blake,
That
wait
is,
up.
as someone who's alive and around during the late 80s, that is to a T how we talked in high school. Well, I mean, I was in high school in my 90s, in my mid to late 90s, but we still were talking like that even in the 90s.
So beautiful. You're such an artist. I don't know.
Okay, moving
Maybe I should
forward.
just cancel my party. Feels in poor taste now.
But it's your birthday. Oh, hey, why don't we do, like a girls' trip? Just the three of us.
So this
And
is
Pam.
Jamie trying to
Pam?
convince them to like
Pam?
do anything but you know, a party
like, go
or
to the
you know,
city?
somewhere you know, closed down where they
densely
can't
populated,
be.
well-lit,
So as you can see, she wants to.
non-cabin area.
I guess it could be fun to spend the night at my parents' condo.
Yes, condo birthday. I love that for you. Let's do it. Also, I was thinking
Condo
a nice way to
birthday.
memorialize Tiffany
Love it.
and give back to the environment
Condo
would be to
birthday.
plant a tree in her honor. I'm starting a petition, so if you guys could just all print your names.
Anyway,
very
let's move
clearly here in
on.
big
So we are.
letters so I can see your handwriting. Tiffany,
We
hated
are
nature
going to
treat
the
me.
trip.
History of America.
So they're heading to the trip. Jamie's tired. She falls asleep, and then they arrive. And they arrive at a cabin, not a condo, a cabin.
What the fuck?
This is great. I love this. This is the cabin where the second murder takes place.
What is this?
My parents' condo.
No, this is not a condo.
It's not? Oh, maybe I was thinking of a timeshare.
This is a creepy ass cabin in the middle of fucking nowhere. You said we were going to the city.
No,
I don't understand
Heavily
why.
implied it.
Oh my god, what's the
Why?
big deal?
The big deal, Heather, is that there is a murderer on the loose, specifically targeting your friend group, and you drove us into the woods. Oh my god!
I forgot to bring vodka.
Ah,
What? Okay,
the
it
best.
doesn't matter because we are going right now. Come on, everyone, back in the car.
Well, she thinks she's going home, and then the boys arrive.
Everyone, inside.
There's the
now.
boys.
It's a killer.
Totally 80s hair.
Tell me you brought
That guy with the long hair is her dad, which is awesome.
I'm here too, and I brought brownies.
It was not a crazy person in high school.
the
I
big
played
deal?
Magic the Gathering
Did you
in
just
high
want to
school.
Liz out this weekend?
Her
Gross.
mom.
Not your comment was gross. Not gay people. Gay people are amazing. Your comment was homophobic undertones.
Yo, y'all need to catch up. I'm already too
She's
deep.
still in
And I
2023
drove
mode,
awesome.
and they're in late 80s mode. Anyway, I'm gonna skip a little bit of ahead in this cabin mode. So you know they're drunk, they're high. There's this really funny scene where Jamie says she's not really high, and it's because like their weed is like not like ours, where you know the THC is crazy.
Brownies? Yeah. I stole a bunch of weed from the evidence locker. There's about a pound in these bad boys. A pound? Okay, so everyone's super high now.
It's funny because she says she's not high, and
Damn it. Wait, how come I don't feel anything?
You must have the tolerance of a horse. I have a little left if you want to roll a doobie.
I love this part.
This is just dirt. Look at all these twigs.
That's something I would say. That's something I would totally be like, yeah.
It sucks. Yeah, I could give you a gummy this big that has 100 times more weed than this. Sorry. Little stash, dude.
She just throws the weed. That's rude. That's rude as fuck. They don't do that. All right, let's move on. So,
You saying you have pizza stuff?
I'm saying like we could improvise.
So this is Jamie's mom and dad hooking up, even though they're not supposed to hook up till college because Jamie's an idiot and she told her mom that they're supposed to get together, and yeah. So unfortunately, she's about to screw everyone over in big ways. Now, here's the cool thing about this movie. Whatever happens in the past affects the future. So what people are experiencing in the future, like they explain it as the Mandela effect, where like they remember it one way, but it happened a different way.
Where'd you hide the pizza?
And that's how things are explained, which is perfect. They don't go into the big detail about the movie, and they don't go into like the nitty gritty of time travel. So there's not like this huge explanation, and I think that's the way it should be. So we've got everybody. By the way, her mom cuts her hand because she's high, and it's so ridiculous. Anyway,
From 4 shots and a pound of weed.
How you gonna do a bike accident?
You're right. I can lie. You're so smart.
oh god. high school. All right, so we've got the girl, Kim, who's alone. We've got
I suck at foreplay, so you have to use the jets for that.
Okay.
Oh, so the killer's about to take out.
Killer?
That was good. Let me in, killer's inside.
So Jamie and her dad, Jamie's mom and dad, they know that the killer's inside the cabin, and they're trying to warn everyone. Now, unfortunately, one of the girls, I can't remember her name. I think it's Heather. She's like in bed. The killer comes, tries to take her out, and unfortunately, she does end up killing the girl. There she is, dead. You see what you did? You see what you did? So now we've got 2 of the 3 girls dead, and they do chase away the killer. There's this really funny scene. I'm gonna skip ahead. There's this really funny scene where
All right, kids, we got a real problem here.
where Jamie ends up
Here you
giving
go.
the
Sure.
cops blood. Watch, listen.
What's this?
I hit the killer in the head with a piece of firewood, and I soaked up some of his blood with that paper towel. You have his DNA.
What's that?
DNA? It's like, I don't know what it stands for. Everyone, it's like specific to the person. You just plug it into the worldwide database.
I gotta admit, like, she doesn't even know how to
Sure, sweetheart,
explain
we'll
it.
just fire up the old worldwide DMA database.
He says DMA too, which I love.
All right, now let's get serious.
The best
Who else knew you
that you
kids were going to
can't
that
see is that he throws it on
Lurch,
the floor.
I was
He
talking in
laughs
science
and
class.
then he throws the thing on the
overheard.
floor.
Will you ever bring anybody else out
Oh,
there? Other
man.
parties?
Funny. Anyway,
What
let's
if it
skip ahead.
wasn't someone who
So
Goes
we're gonna
Drew
move
Barrymore, but
over
then
to the next day. So Time Machine is almost done.
Good news and bad news.
See here.
I managed to work up a prototype in shop.
Oh my god.
But it doesn't really work.
This is impressive. Oh my god. There's a signal. How?
I guess they thought it was some sort of demonic rune. But like I said, I'm not an anarchist. Now, another girl is dead. An experience like that.
All right, move on.
Killer. Okay, well,
So
if we don't see you home tonight, brush up on your Reaganomics.
we
because have a
need
social
to
studies test on
find
Wednesday.
the next spot. Up, 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 up. Let's move forward because I gotta wrap this up.
Hey!
Let's move forward to the night
Basically disrupt gravity.
that they're going to go back in time. So basically, like Jamie hatches a plan with everyone, and she says, "Look, if we want to catch this guy, we got to go to the fair tonight. I've got like this thing set up, and we're gonna trap him." So they use one of the girls as bait. I think they use Lynn as bait, and
He really just.
let's,
Even if he
let's
does
go,
kill Marissa
let's-
and the rest of us live.
Oh, Jesus!
So they end up using Lim as bait, and they end up trapping the killer in this haunted house. Now, things don't go according to plan. Here, I'm gonna move over to the scene. So everybody attacks the killer, and they do end up stabbing him, and they do end up taking him down. Or, I guess, sort of. Person who does the
told you I
job
wasn't the killer.
is
That thing is real? Yeah, my dad gave it to me.
oh wait, I'm sorry, Lim. Lim is the one who kills the guy.
We did it.
And this is
We
him.
stopped
This is the kid. I think his name is oh shit, I can't remember his name. Who cares? They'll mention it in a second.
Doug?
It's Doug.
Why would Doug want to kill us?
Dork Summers beat the shit out of me?
He took karate. It's Tom's dojo.
We've never done anything to Doug.
Wait, what is that?
So, here's the motive for Doug. Doug killed those girls because
That's crazy.
he was
But she was too upset.
Jamie!
he was
Oh my
Fat
God,
Trish's
it was Doug?
boyfriend.
Oh, we need to go right now. I got it working, but your phone's almost dead.
How could you do that? You killed someone.
Basically, like these teenagers.
Yes, you did.
They
You
got her
pretended
drunk.
to be her friend,
Listen.
bullied her, got her wasted, and then let her drive home.
Pam wasn't there.
Oh.
Tiff and I got in a fight over
Twist.
the summer. We didn't talk for months. I would never do something like that. Do you just think that I'm some sort of monster?
Jimmy,
Yeah.
we really need to go. Then why would
All right,
Doug
let's move
promise
forward.
to kill
So
you one
the
day?
killer is
He did.
done. The
He was
killer
going
is
to.
dead, right?
He was gonna leave a
Except
note.
something's going on here. The killer is still alive. Now you're thinking to yourself, you're like, why? Why is the killer still alive? And that
Are you sure that quantum drop works? As long as KZFD keeps broadcasting live.
And for KZFD, this
now
is Norm
this
Dumas.
is podcaster guy's dad.
Keep rolling.
One moment, folks. There appears to be some sort of
Podcaster
court chase
guy's
and
dad
a young
is
woman just gave
reporting
me a
on the
warning.
news and he gets stabbed in the head and dies on live television. That does not happen normally. Like his dad is alive in the current day. Well, now he's not, of course, but anyway, this changes everything around completely. So, time machine is set up. It's in this whirly thing. She's got to go in it. But she wants to trap the killer in there so that the killer doesn't stay behind. So, she fights the killer. I'm gonna fast forward. She fights the killer. Her mom's in there. She gets to throw her mom out. The killer's about to snap her, and then the killer gets thrown against the wall, and he gets exploded into a pink mist. Now, before that happens, the killer is the podcaster guy.
The more famous I become, maybe one day I'll get a Pulitzer.
No one's ever gonna know about you because
Now,
you are gonna
this is
die
what's
in
crazy.
my time machine.
He killed
I'm in the center.
her mom. He killed Jamie's mom just because he wanted the podcast to be famous. Now, when I first saw this movie, I was thinking to myself, I'm like, that's really fucking stupid. But I have watched enough like crime scene interrogations to know that people will kill for stupid fucking reasons. They will kill for a lot less than that. So anyway, podcaster guy dies, and then Jamie ends up being propelled to current day. She comes home, and her mom and her dad is alive.
Why is your face bloody?
Oh well, her dad never died, but her mom is alive.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
Now, her friend's mom, who was helping her the entire time,
The whole crew
she
comes every year for Halloween.
she ends up.
Right, that's why you're dressed like Molly Ringwald.
Right? No, I'm not in my Halloween costume yet.
No. This year, your mom and I are going as Mr. and Mrs. Smith.
Huh?
Ugh.
right.
Ugh, dad jokes.
Can I talk to you outside for a second?
Sorry.
So
really
this
wanted
is
to be at
so
the
this
quantum
is
drop
really
when we
a
got there,
neat
but
touch. So what
I got the
happens is
time
like her
can
friend's
invent time travel,
mom
but you can't
tells her
remember
that
daylight
like
savings.
a couple of things have changed and that like she wrote everything down.
I didn't know who was
Her friend's mom tells her that like she's been carrying a gun all this time because she didn't know if the killer was still alive or not. But Jamie confirms that the killer is dead.
I had to guess at some things.
So anyway,
obviously, but I think I got
she
the big
tells
stuff.
her like all the things that are
Sorry, I'm
different.
late.
Then they meet this
Jason
guy
Blocker on
here.
my way. What are you guys doing out here?
Just helping her with some science homework. We'll be in a second.
So
Nice
this
fake
guy.
Looks real.
Thank you.
Who was that?
Yeah, so remember how
Listen
you were
to
trying to
this
keep your
part,
parents
it's great.
apart in high school? You didn't. They got together immediately. And that is your 34-year-old brother.
Oh my god, why does that keep happening?
And his name is Jamie.
We're both named Jamie?
Colette, honey, can you help your brother set the table?
Yeah, I'll be right in.
That's right, baby.
Oh, and your grandmother
She's
called. She sends her love, and she can't wait to see you at Thanksgiving.
Hey, we see grandmother. Earlier in the
better get to
older timeline, grandmother was not around. But now she has a brother. Her name is Colette and not Jamie. And yeah, I mean, it really pans out well. There's a couple of extra things inside of this at the end that they show. They tell you like some of the things that happen, like you know, she has a 34-year-old brother named Jamie. Her name is Colette. And her 34-year-old brother is a gay guy who is married and has a 3-year-old daughter. They really make this like as modern day as possible. So the mom, Jamie's friend's mom, is a bioengineer, and her friend is still a friend. So Randy, which is the gross guy in the film, he's the guy who ends up what do you call it? Farting and burping all the girls. He is he's the principal of the high school, and Dan Lim is the chief of police. So I'm gonna stop here. I'm gonna go back to our web here, and let me just fix this up a little bit. So that was a really messy. I guess would you call it a review of the film Totally Killer? I don't even know if you can call it a review. But I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the movie. I think it's actually really well done. I don't think it's anything where like it's my favorite movie of the year. I'm going through the fall of the House of Usher right now, and oh man, that's a hell of a show. So fall of the House of Usher is a new series. It's a limited series by Mike Flanagan, and it's by short stories from not short stories from it's from a short story from Edgar Allan Poe. I probably will go into better detail in another session. Maybe tomorrow we'll have a session for the fall of the House of Usher, because man, I've been enjoying this show. I watched 6 episodes last night, and I couldn't get enough of it. Like it's such a good show. And here's the thing, it's not a horror. I would consider it a mystery / horror, and not horror / mystery. It's really well done. The actors are phenomenal. The story is nothing special because it's from Edgar Allan Poe. I'm not saying that Edgar Allan Poe's stories are nothing special, but what I mean is that they're not these edgy, complicated 2023 stories that you see nowadays. But to be honest, that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. There's a lot of things that are predictable in the fall of the House of Usher. There's a couple of things that I'm just like, yeah, this is going to happen. This is going to happen. But I can't stop watching it. I can't stop watching another episode. I'll watch an episode and the episode will end, and I'm like, oh, I gotta watch another one. I think I watched up to episode 6, but I'll probably rewatch episode 6 tonight because I was falling asleep on the last episode, so I don't remember some of it. But yeah, it's a fantastic show. It's just like I said, it's just a good story. That's what it feels like. It feels like reading a good book. And I mean, the stories are from Edgar Allan Poe, so it makes sense, but it translates well into show form. Because when I'm watching it, I'm just entranced. I'm not looking at my phone. I'm not doing stuff on the side. I'm just sitting there watching the show. So yeah, it's really good. I really enjoy it. We'll discuss it tomorrow. Let's go ahead and call it a day. this was kind of a mess. Let's be honest. You know, I wasn't ready for some of it, and I should have had some background music. It's totally silent. It's nothing, you know. It's a little bit embarrassing, to be honest. But you know, we go as we learn as we go, and I love talking about these movies. I know that I'm all over the place, but you know, for me, I'm not a professional. I've never made movies. I'm not a writer. I'm not an actor. I'm not a director. I don't know shit. I don't know shit about making movies. I'm assuming they're it's incredibly hard to make a movie. And but yeah, but I love entertainment. Like I don't give a shit about the woke and the anti-woke and the political stuff. Like movies has politics in it. Movies have things that are going to identify with racism and sexism and discrimination, and I don't care that that's in my movies. What I care about is that it's well done. I care that it's engaging. I care that it's something that I want to see, that I'm like, ooh, this is interesting, this is original, or this is a well-made story. And I guess that's the way I feel, and maybe I'm in the minority, or it's not that maybe I'm in the minority. I'm pretty sure that I'm in the minority, but what can I say, man? I like to watch stuff that's entertaining. If it's entertaining and engaging, I don't give a shit if it's woke or anti-woke or political or not political, or I don't care about any of that stuff. I just want it to be entertaining. I just want it to engage me. So yeah, so let's discuss House of Usher tomorrow. We'll go over the first episode, and we'll do hourly segments of this. Let me see if I can get the show on screen. If not, what I'll do is I'll get clips of it, and then we'll just go over clips, and I'll have the clips ready, and then we'll just go over parts of the clips. So yeah, if we got to do that, we got to do that. Anyway, for now, thank you so much to the I want to say a special fuck you to Anthony James, ruining my chat and also just being an asshole. But he's my friend. That's why he's being that way, because he's a cunt. But I don't care. Hey, as long as he's watching and, you know, he's boosting up my numbers, what the fuck do I care? Anyway, let's do House of Usher tomorrow. I'll set everything up. We'll get everything ready, and we'll watch actual clips. They're probably going to be clips from YouTube, but we'll watch the clips. We'll discuss. We'll talk about the show, and we'll have some fun. Anyway, take care, guys. Hit that like and subscribe. Stop fucking with me. I mean, honestly, like, I've got no subscribers, and it's not like I'm looking to make a ton of money. It's not like I'm looking to explode my channel, but man, I want to engage, man. I want to engage people. I want to talk about stuff. I want to discuss these things, and there's nobody comes on, and I don't know. Let's discuss the fall of the House of Usher tomorrow. Let's just talk about the first episode. We'll just deep dive into it. We'll talk about what we like. We'll talk about the actors. We'll talk about the cinematography, even though I don't know shit about any of that, but we'll talk about it from a layman's terms, and we'll have some fun with it. Anyway, for anyone who's watched this, for anyone who's stuck around, thanks, and I will see you tomorrow. Let's do this tomorrow night around 9 p.m. Eastern time. Okay? We'll jump on. I'll have my clips ready. We'll have our music. We'll have some nice hot cocoa, maybe a good smoke. And yeah, we'll discuss the fall of the House of Usher. I'm loving it. Anyway, guys, you take care, and I will talk to you tomorrow. Peace out.